Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming, and today we've got an Articuno and Blastoise deck, teched out with a Magilord to finish. So, how does this deck work? Well, in the early game, you want your Articunos up front with that Blizzard Veil ability. As long as your Pokemon, well this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you're blocking any Guzma play. You're preventing all effects of any supporter card to your bench water Pokemon. So you're walling up with your Articuno and trying to force your opponent to have to go through the Articunos in the early game. And what you're doing here is you're using Cold Cyclone, which hits for 70 for 2 water energies, but then you can move those water energies to one of your bench Pokemon, keeping in mind that the aim of this deck is to not allow Guzma, so they're not going to be able to bench snipe away those water energies and you can build them up through the game. Now you can see here, because of that, we have got nothing but water Pokemon. And we're trying to get as many energies into play as possible so we can finish off with Magikarp and Wailord. So, to do that, we're using Blastoise as well. So, Powerful Squall. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck and attach any number of water energies that you find in any way you like to your Pokemon. So, Blastoise, he's trying to accelerate the energy a little bit, but it is also possible just to stall long enough with the Articuno. Now, because we're finishing off with Magikarp and Wailord, ideally the Towering Splash GX ability, we're looking to spread the damage around because we want all our opponent's Pokemon to have 100 or less HP that's sitting on the bench. So to help us do that, we've got a couple of Guzmas so we can drag different Pokemon off the bench, but we're also using Counter Catcher because you're only hitting for 70 for the first half of the game. You're likely to go down on prize cards. So the Counter Catcher here just allows you to bring up different Pokemon up and just chip away with that 70 damage and try and get as many Pokemon within that 100 HP barrier. So then we can go with a Bench Smash Towering Splash and then finish off with a Super Splash if we need to. So that's the aim of the deck, and that's really how it's working. So shall we begin? I think we shall. Hello, A Deadly Ninja 64. Welcome. Alright, so my first attempt at an Articuno version of a Magilord deck. And I have a card that I really don't want up front and 3 mulligans. It's not a good start. Not a good start. That's what we'll say about that. No draw support. This is how you get a bad first impression of your deck. Where were you when we started? And I don't even know what it's worth trying to do here. I mean, do I try and power up this Volcanion and hope that it can survive for long enough? Maybe that's the play. So it's going to be a pure Magcargo build. Oh, with the Flareon as well. So Energy Acceleration, Magcargo Flareon deck. Thankfully the Magcargo's up front, but he can go and attack with that Magcargo. So, you know, theoretically, this would be a really good matchup for me. But I am horribly bricked. Horrendously bricked. Pokecoms, yeah, we're definitely going to go with the Pokecoms here. What's most needed? So we get rid of the Blastoise. I actually think we can't even go manually to a Wartortle here. Alright, so when I say I'm bricked, like, I really mean I am bricked. Bad. And I might not even get an attack off of this Volcanion yet. So it's going with the attacking Magcargo. Up front. Come on, draw support. Where are you? I desperately need some kind of draw support. So has he got the Guzma or something as well to boot? To get that Flareon up. So he's not going to Guzma. So I might have another turn. It's a pity this Volcanion can't one-shot either. That is a pity. I am completely bricked. Completely bricked. I'm going to lose these two NGs. There's just nothing I can do. How many draw supports do I have? I have the usual 10. I've just got horrendous RNG. But I'd have the usual 10. So he's got perfect draws, he's got NG acceleration, or she. The only upside I have is all of her Pokemon are weak to mine. If I can ever get myself going. And that is a big if. It's an absolute massive if. Another Slugma. I mean, she couldn't get better prepared than what she is. Come on, I need some kind of draw support. Give me a draw supporter. Thank you, draw supporter. Alright, are we up and going now? Not particularly. Not particularly at all. So, we're going to go Water Energy onto the Volcanion here. There's no point Ultra Balling just at the moment, I feel. I think we just go with... yeah, just a Sauna Blast. I'm happy to hit with the Sauna Blast. Isn't KOing the the Magcargo up front. That's unfortunate. Not running any shrines either, so that's a bit disappointing. Second Magcargo on the go. Fiery Flint. So like I said, this is like the ideal matchup for me with the most horrendous start that you could ever imagine. The most horrendous start you can imagine. So that's the Volcanion down. So one prize card. Articuno goes up now. And we're going to attach an energy to the back line at the moment. Well, Erika's Hospitality. So Magilord's here. We're going Articuno down. Don't think I want Magilord down just yet. Do I put a second Squirtle down? I think I do. And I just have to accept that this Articuno goes down as well. At least the Guzma options are now out. So we're done for the moment. And this Magcargo would be pretty hard to charge for this particular attack. And the Guzma options are there for me. If I want to. Now it's the question now, do I want to? I'm thinking that we actually use Nah, I think we go with the Bill's analysis because we need to start accelerating energies. So I need to look for a rare candy here to get into my Blastoise. That's what I'm thinking I'm looking at here. Yeah, so we're going to Bill's analysis. Hopefully find ourselves a rare candy, which we don't. So that's horrendously bad. And I think right now, take an Erika's and a Cynthia just to continue thinning. And at this stage, where it's just water energy onto the Articuno, and we wash out. I would have preferred to have nearly kept that Magcargo on the bench, but anyway. So we are going to move the energies to this Articuno just in here. Get ourselves 2 prize cards. Don't find myself a Wartortle that's prized, so still going with the candy option. Which I'm thinking we now are pretty well refreshing the new hand, so we're probably Ultra Balling in the next turn. Bringing in another Articuno out to battle. And making switching at least pretty difficult for her. Because her attacks are expensive. So she's going to Cynthia. Heat Factory. That's another thing that I haven't actually found yet. Any of my 3 stadiums. Tell you what, if this is a side of how this setup is, I need to change it. Although, look at the draw supporters I've now got. It's going to take the KO. That is an expensive KO to have to take. So can attack on the next turn if she gets everything that she needs. Really don't need 2 Magilords. I need to find, yeah, so we're going to Ultra Ball here. We're going to get rid of an Erika's and a Squirtle. So a Squirtle and Erika's, I think. Yeah, don't need 2 Magilords. 1 the deck's enough, so we'll get rid of you 2. And we'll go and get ourselves another Articuno out. Chuck the Articuno down. Do I want a Guzma at all? I'm actually thinking I do. I think we Guzma this play. See if you can get this Magcargo out of the active. Basically sit here and go, good luck on getting that, good luck on getting the old Magcargo out of the active. See if you're running any manual switches. So we'll go Water Energy to the Quagsire here. And Cold Cyclone. Hit him for 140. It's a big heavy Pokemon to have up front. And if it goes down, then I'm within 2 prize cards. I seriously cannot believe how much I'm struggling to beat a deck that I should actually be really good against. A horrendous start. He does have the escape rope. Okay. So you can have a Squirtle here. Have yourself a Squirtle. Although I could imagine an escape rope to a Guzma would be clutch for him. Should have actually put the other Articuno up front. Would have cost me 2 energies to have done it. Let's see if she can get into the Guzma. Because hitting that Quagsire would be really awkward for me. Does she have the Guzma? Although she's put the energy on the wrong card if she needed to go with that Guzma play. So I don't think she has the Guzma. So Squirtle's down, we go Articuno back up front. And we continue getting energies onto the board, so have yourself another energy Quagsire. We are going to... I've got no worries about putting a Magilord down at the moment. Well, actually Erika's Hospitality, because I get just as big a pull. Got the candy, got the Brooklet Hill to oust the stadium as well, so that I think we do. We will Ultra Ball away here, a Lily and a... I like the switching options with the Tate Liza. So Ultra Ball you guys away. We'll go and get ourselves a Blastoise up finally. And we'll now rare candy into the Blastoise. Do I want anything else on the field? An Articuno? Yeah, why not? Have myself another Articuno. And now we'll use our powerful Squirtle. Just one energy. That's a bit disappointing. Button up to 5, which allows my Magilord to attack as well, which is really good. So right here, we just Cold Cyclone. And go to our Articuno on the back line there. So I said, he can get the attack off, or she can get the attack off here, but it's really expensive to take down one Articuno. Right now we just put another Articuno out here. And we play it from there. Put the bodybuilding dumbbells on the backline Flareon. So I only got 5 energies in play at the moment, so I'm going to need more than that. Need up to 8. I can attach one which will get me to 6. So it really depends whether this Blastoise can bring me 2 energies from the deck to what I do here. So let's use our powerful Squirtle. Can only get me 1 energy from the deck, so it's a little bit disappointing. But that's okay by me, because I've got the KO here, and I've got the KO of the Magilord in the next turn, so we just go with the Cold Cyclone, chuck the 2 energies onto the Articuno, get myself 2 more prize cards, watch the Wartortle come now, told ya. And go with Flareon again. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're now hitting him with Magilord next. Probably should have just chucked the 2 energies onto the Magilord already. Because with weakness, Magilord's hitting 360 to the active, that's all I need. Getting himself another Magcargo, or herself. Let us hope that this deck sets up a little bit quicker against decks that I'm not going to be the weakness of. So I'm going to use the GX attack. And we'll go with the Magilord up front now. So I've got everything that I need. So water energy onto the Magilord. We shall wash out 1 to the Magilord. And we will now Super Splash. So well played from my opponent as well. Like I said, good on her for sticking around. I mean, up against the weakness like that, most people would just pull. But completely bricked, let's hope that the remaining of these games they're going to play with this deck run a little bit smoother than that. Let's hope for that. Hello, Guga Simpson, and welcome. Alright, we certainly have Articunos here. I'm just going to play the 2 Articunos down, no draw support. Don't want to put the Magilord down just yet. In all honesty, I would not mind being judged. So I've been going second a lot, so everyone's been judging me. So please do the same. Because right here I need to be judged. Judged or Marshadowed. I don't think you're running a Psychic Pokemon, so judge. Doubt it's going to come though. Oh, I'm going first. There you go. Didn't even realise it's going first. We'll chuck the Magilord down because I doubt you're running Shrines here. And we shall use a Shuffle. So you're going to see what I'm playing at right away. I do feel that Pokecomming's the Volcanion away is the way to play here and go and get me a Squirtle down. Although maybe the Wooper would have been better this early, but who knows. We'll just leave it at that. As we've got the Dusk main Necrozma. So an expensive Pokemon to an attack. Got the Beast Energy onto him early. So the bench swipe could be challenging because I think these Magnetons are over the 100 HP, which means the Volcanion would be pretty important in this particular build. I wish this was a Lily rather than a Cynthia, just so I could get the candy. Try and get into that Blastoise as quickly as possible. It's going to tap Lele. Assuming for a Lily here. Do want to hit the engine in the deck as quickly as possible in that Magnemite. Because Steven's resolves, so the Magneton's coming next turn no matter what. And he's getting off a big attack next turn, I'd say, with that Steven's resolve. Now I wish I was running Judge. At least it's only one prize card that I'm giving up at a time here. At least for a little while. As long as he can't get to the Magilords. So Magneton will be up. And it'll be dangerous for me. The stadium battle in this is pretty crucial as well. So I'd love to Guzma up that Magnemite, but I don't have any resource on the board to support me at the moment, so Cynthia it is. Go and get another Articuno down. We shall chuck Water Energy down. I really don't want to Ultra Ball just at the moment. So we're just going to go with a Cold Cyclone. Chuck the Water Energies onto the Articuno just in here. And just start chipping away at the Dustmane Necrozma. While I'm trying to get myself set up. So like I said, the Magneton's coming. This Articuno goes down this turn, I'm assuming. The stadium battle is going to be pretty important in this. So like I said, that'll be how he's getting all his energies back all the time. So like I said, Articuno goes down here. I may need to Ultra Ball for an Articuno here. That may be a play that I have to do. So what I need to do is ideally try and get my counter catchers to spread the damage around a little bit to get as many of these two prize Pokemon into a single attack as I can, like within a single attack. So hitting for 220 turn 2. Turn 2? Yeah, turn 2. It's pretty nuts. 250 actually, because he's got the the energy there as well. So that is pretty nuts for him. And it's going to be tough to deal with, to say the least. So he's got a really good board position at the moment, where I do not. Especially without a draw supporter. Draw supporter me? Nope, no draw supporter. So at the moment, I think I'm just holding out, and I mean, I could have gone the old route of getting a Wartortle up. Could still do that. But I kind of want the Articuno because the Articuno is super important, and I need to be able to get to that Articuno if I need to. So we're going to go Articuno here. And then I'm looking to spread the damage. So this will be ultra consistent right now while I've got no play whatsoever. While I'm completely bricked. So I don't really want to take the KO here with the Articuno. I actually want to spread the damage around. Probably hit into the Tapu Lele, get him within 100. And then hope for no Acerolas, which might mean a Mr. Mime could be important, but then that allows the Guzma action. I'm going to take the KO here. Alright, well, that suits me, I guess. So we're going to Guzma now, we're going to bring up the Tapu Lele. And we're just going to bring him within 100. Chuck the energies onto this backline Articuno. I only got 4 into play at the moment. Now it'd be smart to bring this Necrozma back to continue your attack. That'd be the smart play. Because he's the one that I don't really want to take down. But at least I've got the Tapu Lele within my Magikarp and Wailord's grasp. That's a good thing for me. Okay, so that makes things interesting. Don't really want to waste energies, don't want to waste the second Ultra Ball either. But right now, I'm actually thinking we just Ultra Ball this hand away and we go and get ourselves... Oh, we don't have it. We don't have Wartortle. Alright, so Wooper, you can come out. And we'll leave it at that. So 5 energies onto the board. How long can I go without a draw supporter? How many have I used? 2. He's bricked as well. And I do get a draw supporter, thankfully. Got counter catcher. Which I'll definitely be looking to save and use later. So right here, I'm thinking that we get the Quagsire up so I can continue attacking. Is that what I want to do? Not really. I'm actually just going to chuck it onto the Magilord and we're just going to hold. See whether my opponent can get out of this on the next turn. So 6 energies onto the field, that's good for me. Just didn't want to waste an energy. My opponent's pretty bricked at the same time, so not going to use the energy down on the Tapu Lele. As if you're just bricking yourself. Alright, well, Pokemon's that away. We will go and get ourselves Quagsire. Well, not Pokemon, so Ultra Ball that away. Go and get myself a Quagsire up and rolling. Still don't have enough energies at the moment, but we'll wash out. Wash out. So I'm bricked again, which isn't good. But we'll Cold Cyclone. Chuck the energies back onto the Articuno. Wouldn't mind getting unbricked at some point. So I've gone through 3 draw supporters, I've still got 7 left, so there's a good chance of drawing into that. I'm assuming that I've got some of the draw supporters prize, given how bricked I've been. Now right here, 4, 5, 6, I just need 1 energy at some stage. So I'm thinking of actually counter-catchering up this, believe it or not. We're going to experiment. We're going to counter-catcher up this one, although... No, that's wrong to do. That is wrong to do. We're counter-catcher up the Magnezone. Let's wash out. Do I want 2 prize cards, or do I want to bring the Magnezone within range as well? I just take the 2 prize cards. I want to keep the counter catcher just to give myself options. Just 70 doesn't get him within the range that I need. And he's likely to have that in the active. So we're going to hold on to our counter catcher. We're going to take the 2 prize cards. And we'll move the energies to this Articuno just in here. Unless he's got counter catches that he's waiting for me to take that for. Yep, 2 draw supporters. I had a feeling that I had a few of them prized. Now we go ahead here, which is bad because the counter catcher now becomes useless to me. And I now need to desperately find my way into another Articuno, I think. I think that's what's super important now. Just so I can continue blocking any Guzma action. Not going to bring the one that was weak. Going with the idea that... Yeah, I kind of like... This will work as long as I get another Articuno. My plan. It's all dependent on whether or not I can get myself another Articuno. So Articuno up. We're only drawing through there because Hospitality. I don't think that's enough. No, we need a full 5. Even though I want the counter catcher, I need a full 5. Got the counter catcher back. Don't have another Articuno, which is super bad for me. And I mean super, super, super bad for me. But I still think we've got the way to win. We're going to Cold Cyclone here. Chuck the 2 energies onto the Quagsire. So this will put me behind again. Which allows me to counter catcher. And I think we've got to go with the whole counter catcher up the Magnezone play here. But it brings Guzmas into action, which I really, really don't like. But it also brings the Dusk made Necrozma within 1 shot. Can he get a 1 shot on the Magilord? I don't think so. So I still think we've got the way to win. And what it is a counter catcher up the Magnezone. Use Magilord's GX attack. Take 2 prize cards. And sit there and go, do you want to attack with this Dust made Necrozma? I think that's what we're doing. I think. I mean, it's not foolproof by any stretch of the imagination. So we counter catch her up the Magnezone. Do I want anything on the field? I do want a thin. So we're going to thin both of these guys. We're going to bring in... What's a good secondary attacker? Bring in Volcanion. Why not? And we'll Cynthia now. Looking for a Guzma just so I can play around afterwards. Yep, there's the Guzma. That's what I was hoping for. And we can oust the stadium at the same time. So we will Brooklet Hill here. We'll go and get ourselves an Articuno down. And then we shall wash out an Energy to the Magilord. Now keep in mind, he could go after the Quagsire. Maybe I should have brought in a Wooper. I don't even know if that was in deck, to be fair. But it shouldn't really matter. 8 energies, that's what I need. We'll take out 2 prize cards. And we're very close from getting the last 2. And I mean very, very close. So it'll now be interesting to see what my opponent wants to do. He's able to oust the stadium immediately, which is good for him. He needs energies. He's able to Guzma around now. But so am I. And if he just Guzmas and attacks, the Magilord's got it anyway. Haven't even used Blastoise this game. It's got the energies a different way. Thankfully, I've just got a ton of HP with the Magilord. 300 HP. It's coming in clutch here. There's no way that you can get up to 300 that I can see. So who's he going to bring up? Dialga. So his Articuno wall is just hugely annoying. Forcing the opponent to have to go through all the Articunos while I can just slowly set up. I think it's worked quite well. So we could, I guess, test whether or not I have the Guzma and delay. Excuse me. Which, if this is a judge, that could be a good play. Take away the Guzma and delay the game. But if he's not able to attack, he's got to be careful, because if he's not able to attack, the Magilord's still not within one shot. So he's just going to go and get himself lots of energies. So he's going to use a lot of energies. I'm a bit surprised he didn't get the Tapu Lele out sooner. He just gave me the turns to set up what I needed to. And it's not as though I was hiding the Magilord either. The Magilord was sitting there the whole time. So I've got this Magilord. We're going to go with a bench swipe at some point. Maybe he thought that his Pokemon was just going to sit out of range of that bench swipe and survive it. Which, you know, for the most part they did, but... So he's going to go with the Zap Cannon. Which hits for 130. But I have what I need to get the KO. So Zap Cannon. And yep, I have what I need to get the final KO. So we'll go Water Energy down on the Quagsire. We will Guzma up this guy to the Quagsire. We'll now manually retreat out of the Quagsire to the Magilord, give a well played, and Super Splash for game. Didn't need the Blastoise there. It can charge up on its own. These Articunos can wall up for long enough. So, yeah, it worked. And it is time to rate this deck. So, what do I think? Well, let's start with damage. Damage here is awkward. 70 isn't great. And to make it worse, it's awkward to try and spread the damage around effectively to bring multiple Pokemon down under 100 HP to get a successful Towering Splash off and get multiple prize cards in that one Towering Splash. So even though you've got a Towering Splash that bench swipes really nicely, and then you've got Super Splash with 180 afterwards to follow, the damage is just awkward. And for that reason, it's not good with just the Articuno on its own. You do need something to come in and then smash at the end of the game, which is the reason why Magilord's here. But it's just too awkward for me. So it's a 7 out of 10 for me on the damage. The defense side of things, well, the idea of this deck was to wall up with Articuno, go ha ha ha, you have to go through the Articuno, you can't Guzma up anything else, and you're just going to have to KO all these Articunos up while I set up my Magilord. Then once I set up my Magilord, ha ha ha, I've got 300 HP, good luck with that. The thing I didn't really think about, you stopped your opponent from playing Guzmas here. And then you bring your Magilord up, and they've got Guzmas in the hand, ready to roll. So then they can go on bench snipe to get that 1 or 2 last prize cards that they need and play around the 300 HP. Which is something I didn't really consider. Yes, you are trading 1 prize card for the most part, or forcing your opponent to take down a 300 HP Pokemon. For that reason, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I didn't really consider the fact that they're going to have Guzmas at the end of the game and just be able to play around your 300 HP Pokemon. So, something to consider. On to reliability. Now, the reliability of the deck is interesting. The Articunos stall, and they do stall nicely to be able to try and get to the cards that you need. The Blastoise, when he's up, he thins. He thins nicely the energies out of your deck, trying to get to the trainer cards that you need. The tricky part here is, given that I have to play all water Pokemon, I don't have the same draw consistency or the consistency that you would add into the deck with engines. So yeah, I've got a 1-1 Wooper Quagsire engine to try and shift those energies around, but that's the only engine I'm really playing. I'm not playing some kind of draw engine, so it just makes it a little bit more awkward in that regards. The Articuno makes up for a little bit, not much, so we're giving it a 7 out of 10 for reliability. So overall, what do I think? Look, it worked. It achieved what it needed to. Is it a great deck? It's not a world beater, but it worked and it wins some matchups. So for me, it's a 7.5 out of 10.